Have to hit the button. There we go. Hey there, Waze World. Welcome to another exciting episode of Waze Community's Office Hours. I am your host, Brett, coming to you from the road. I'm in the middle of the fall meetup tour, along with many other of your community managers. So as you all know, we love answering your questions. We love helping you learn how to use our amazing products in the WME and all the new features we're constantly putting out. But we can't be everywhere all at once. So to make this education more scalable and to make sure that you have the right knowledge to use the tools that we're putting out for you, we have all sorts of new educational features that we're so excited to share with you today. So that being said, let me grab my title. We're going to be meeting today with the education team at Waze, the product enablement team, Ben Lev and Sharon Nakar. And then later, we're going to be hearing from our very own Italian stallion, Ruben Vivanti, who's going to be showing you what we're building directly into the WME to teach you how to use all these new features. So with that being said, it's my absolute pleasure to bring up to the stage Sharon and Ben from the product enablement team. And let's also put up your guys' deck and take it away. Oh, also, before you start, we're going to be doing Q&A at the end of this. So Nir, if you could go ahead and put the link to the Q&A form up in the chat. Make sure you all submit your questions, and we're going to do Q&A at the very end of the episode like we always do. All right, now, Ben and Sharon, you can take it away.
Awesome. So hey, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sharon, and I'm super happy to be here. I'm the program manager for the Enablement program. And today we're going to introduce to you the Waze Academy e-learning platform. So let's get started. I want to start things off with introducing to you the Enablement team. So really, our mission is to help you all have a smooth and successful experience when it comes to the WME and understanding how to use the WME itself. And what it means from our perspective is that we are creating resourceful tools and resources for education. So it can be a product video, it can be a GIF, it can be also a course, a practice, and an assessment. And all of those are part of a course and a topic that is focused at one topic in the WME. And we have a fabulous team of people who focus around knowledge and learning. So we have Ben Lev that is here together with me. Ben is leading the entire content writing part and the strategy around it. Then we have Shoval. Shoval is our instructional design. She's responsible for setting up the course on the platform, so bringing it to life. Then we have Omer. Omer is our graphic designer. He's responsible for creating all of the videos that we have and all of the GIFs and the visual and really putting a lot of fun into it. And then we have Lida. Lida is the team manager. And lastly, myself, I'm the program manager for the Enablement program. So now that you know the team, I'd want to move on and to look deeper into the platform itself. So officially introducing the Waze Academy. We see it as a one-stop shop for everything you need to know about editing the map. And it's really what we're hoping for it to be is a central hub for learning, meaning that you can be a very beginner first time in the platform or a seasonal editor. You'll have all of the different resources and courses that suit your needs. And we've decided to cover really a wide range of topics. We're at our early beginning, but moving on, we're hoping to have a large library of content that's gonna suit you all. And at the past few months, we've been working really hard on creating this platform. And it's really for us all about how we can aid your life, right? So how we can empower you to continue to do the amazing stuff that you do as a community on the WME and have less moments of and more of moments of aha. So we can bring you a lot of fun and tools that are gonna empower your knowledge and way of working within the WME. We've also acknowledged the fact that many of us are spread globally in different places. All of us have different schedule and we learn in a different style. So we want this platform to be as accessible as possible, 24/7. We also want this platform to be on the mobile or on your desktop. But I do recommend using it on the desktop as we use WME on the desktop and we put a lot of emphasis on practice. So again, on the desktop. And ultimately, our goal is just to continue and cultivate an amazing community of knowledgeable and passionate Waze editors. So we do so by creating this platform. Okay, moving on, I want to take you behind the scene on how we create our courses. So our development process when we build a course. We start things off with gathering needs and priorities from our community managers and members. So it's more than just understanding what are the features that you need help with. It's really understand where are the moments that you have pain points, where are the edit flows that you have a lot of question mark around. How can we help to make your life easier and bring more clarity to the table? Once we figure out this, we're moving into the next part, which is collaborating with our expert. We call them SMEs, subject matter expert. These are people, for example, product managers like you. It can be also community managers like Brett. And it can sometimes be also a developer and community members. So we sit down with those. We have deep conversation where we're trying to extract knowledge and every information that we can, so we can gather a wide perspective and wide a different range of information and knowledge about the specific topics that we're looking at. Once we have gathered and documented all of the information, we're moving on to the next phase. I think this is where the magic happened, because at that point, we're going to sit down and digest everything that we gathered about a specific topic. And after we digest all of the information, we're starting to build up what we call a course that is going to be comprised of script writing, content writing. We're going to get into the studio and start to produce the videos that we have. We'll think about the visual, in what way we need to have, and what is going to be a gift, and just lay out a full course that is going to bring out end-to-end understanding of a specific topic. And once we have all of this ready, we're going to upload everything into the platform. So we're going to design through our instructional design learning how the course is going to look like and be ready for launch. Once the course is ready, we're going to move on into localization. And this is done thanks to your help. So we're going to localize our course into different languages and upload them to the platform. Lastly, after the course is launched, we're in our day-to-day role. So we keep up with the course maintenance because we understand the product is going to evolve or processes are going to change. So we have a process in place so we can have a maintenance once needed. All right, now you know how we are building the course. Let's move on to the courses that we already launched. So we were very excited to launch in September the WME Training Basics. This course aimed to have end-to-end explanatory for new editors. So it can be a great addition for also seasonal editor who just want to have a refresher or just get the bigger picture again. And we've built this course with a understanding that sometimes WME can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning. So we just wanted to have a safe and easy landing, giving the bigger picture end to end when you're a new editor coming to the WME. I just want to emphasize few parts in the basic course that were really important for us. One is that, again, we acknowledge that the tool itself, the WME, can be a bit overwhelming. So we have a video of the tool. It's really like a step-by-step show on what are the different panels, what does what, and just give you a little bit of comfort and familiarity on what does what on the WME. Then it was really important for us to have hands-on experience. So we have videos of step-by-step how to do your first edits, and then you have a task to go to the practice mode and do a step-by-step task on how to do your first edits. And lastly, I want to say here that it was also very important for us to give the opportunity to understand what it means, the community behind the WME. So we know that when you enter the WME for the first time, you don't really understand the magic behind it. So we have a whole chapter dedicated into clarity on who are the community editors, what are the different roles, what are the level, just trying to show up a little bit of the magic. Lastly, and important, I'll say that we have the post-training survey when you finish the course. And it's really an opportunity for us to hear from you what we can make better, and for this specific course and for the future. So super important for us, and we put a lot of focus into it. And I will say that it was really tailored for you and also for all of the new editors that are coming. So we would really appreciate if you will use it in your channels and when you welcome new editors. So just bring it up to them and help their life be a little bit easier welcoming to the WME. Okay, awesome. Moving on to the next course that is launched. So actually today we launched WME road closures and events. So in this course, we're covering what are road closures, what are the events. We have a video, content, and practice to practice creating a road closure and events. And then we have an assessment and a post-training again. Okay, awesome. Now moving on into exciting part, which is the advanced series that are coming soon. So we've been working very, very hard on launching this series. This time I wanted to focus on the much, much more complex part in the WME, things that you would normally spend a lot of time trying to figure out. So we are aiming into providing this course that is 1 hour, very concentrated educational part on a specific topic. So we are starting with junction box and far lanes. We aim to launch these by the end of this year. And next, we're moving to segment geometry and segment restrictions. Okay, cool. So here's for something to be proud of. We decided that for every course that you're going to take, you're going to earn a certification. It means that once you complete the course, meaning you're going to see the video, you'll take the practice and all of the challenge questions that are there in the assessment, you will earn your certification, which is really a recognition of the amazing thing and the fact that you invested your time and effort into learn and be a great Wazer. So you have an opportunity here to share it with your socials or wherever platform you want. I shared mine in my LinkedIn profile, which is fun. And it's just like an official certification for completing a course in the WME Waze Academy. Okay, cool. So moving on, I just wanted to spend some time and talk with you about localization. It's really important for us to reach to as broad as audience as possible, and we can do it only thanks to your help. So we collaborate with the community member who help us to localize the course into different languages. And I just wanted to share some light on how this is done. So we are using the Transifex platform, meaning that we upload all of our content to Transifex, and then you see it there. Then you're taking the content and translate it into each language. And from that point, we take the text, but unfortunately, it's not integrated with our e-learning platform. It means it's not plug and play. So a lot of manual work. We have an entire operation around this. Hence, it's going to take some time. So I just wanted to say that at the beginning, we'll launch every time the top 3 languages to begin with, so we can reach the bigger audience as possible. But then gradually, as we go, we're going to launch more and more courses.
Sharon, I've got a question from the chat for you from Silvio. I think it's on from the previous slide from the award. So does this mean that whoever just follows the course will be allowed to say that they've become an expert, or is it's like there's more that goes into it than that?
I guess, Silvio, first, thank you for your question. I guess you referred into the more advanced courses that we're going to launch. It just means that you completed a course on a specific topic, that you answered all of the question and you went through all of the materials that we believe you need to know to understand that specific topic. It doesn't mean anything related within the community and what you decide for what. It's our recognition of knowledge and taking the course. I hope it was clarified.
Absolutely. And back to localization, what are our 3 top languages? Do you know offhand?
Sure, of course. So we have French, Portuguese, and Spanish Latam.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So I am now going to hand things over for Ben so he can show you a live demo of the platform.
All right. Thank you, Sharon. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I can't see anyone, but I can feel the good vibes coming from the screen. So thank you for the good vibes. So I want to show you, to do a little walkthrough, a little tour of the basics course in our platform. So it's very easy to get there. First thing you have to do is go to Google. I guess you know this platform, and type Waze.
Just a second. Yes.
Okay, obviously I don't know it well enough, but I will learn. You write Waze Academy, and then the first link you'll get, it will be to Google Skillshop, which is the platform that hosts all of the Google trainings and Waze's in particular. You'll see two categories here. We have trainings for our partners, and this is the category which is relevant to our Waze community. But first of all, you won't see this cool icon here. You'll see a button that says login. You'll have to log into the platform with your Gmail account. So I want to go back to the presentation to show what you'll see once you log in with your account. So you'll have, it's very easy. It will take 2 minutes of your time to fill in all of the details. You'll have your email, your name already written. You'll have to fill in your country. In the company field, just write NA. It doesn't really matter, but it's mandatory on the platform. Write your email. And when you scroll down on the screen, you'll have 2 more menus we want you to fill in. One is the time zone, which is also mandatory. But then, and it's very nice, here you can select your preferred language. So if you select Spanish Latam, for example, and we have a course that is already localized to Spanish Latam, then you'll automatically get that course in that preferred language. So no need to change languages in the middle. If you want to go back to English or to other language, then you can go back to your profile settings and choose here your preferred language. Then you click continue, then you accept the terms of service, and that's about it. Let me go back to the platform.
I've got a question for you too on the platform, Ben. For when it's serving, is it also beyond languages, is it going to be taking their rank into account?
Probably not.
So basically, every course is open to every editor level, regardless of if they can use the tool in the WME.
Yes, definitely. This course and all of our courses are open to anyone on the internet who wants to take it. Yeah, so you can go in regardless of your level.
Awesome.
And yes. All right, so we go into Waze communities, and then here you will have a list. You have a menu of all of the trainings available to you. We'll take the basics course, and here you'll see all of the learning units that comprise of the course, your learning journey. This button will say get started on your first time. And by the way, if you stop it in the middle and go and do other things and come back to it, then you can resume it from the point you stopped. So let me click resume, and oh wait, I want to show you before that. I want to show you the intro. So when you start the course, you'll get a video, an introduction to the course, and you can see that it features 2 of our global champs, Gonzalo and Yanis, which agreed to participate in our video. They are welcoming the new editors to the community to make them feel welcomed by their own peers, by the editors of the community. So they talk about what a great experience is to be a part of Waze community, and they really try to make new editors feel at home and welcomed. So this is like a welcome video into the community. I'll let you watch it completely later. And then when you can go to the next activity and you launch it. So the next chapter, I'll just talk about it briefly. The next chapter is talking about from app to map. It means we want to show the connection between the Waze app, what drivers do and see, and the WME editors, the community, the community editors. And we made this unit because we want to make the connection between real life, because we guess that new editors, they start as drivers and they want to report something they saw on the road, and then they go into WME and they fall in love with the platform and they want to be part of the community. So this is making the connection between being a driver and being an editor. And as you can see, it's divided into small chunks of text, sometimes visuals, GIFs, videos. We have a lot of videos, questions, interactive content. And at the beginning, we want to connect them with their real life stories. And we created a story about a driver named Julie, and the fact that he drove one day to work and saw that one of the turns was closed, so she reported it to Waze. And we are describing here the correspondence between her and our new editor, Sam. You will meet him further along the training. So we wanted to we thought about what is the best way to teach about the day-to-day job of the editor community. And we thought that a real-life story is a great way to teach new editors about our work and how we approach and what is the impact we have on Waze, on the WME, and on the lives of a lot of drivers. So you read the story, and then you click continue, and you have these components where you open and read the text, so it can be accessible and easy to consume and engaging and fun. And there are a lot of GIFs you can watch and that show exactly what is described in the text. And moving along, we talk about update request, and I'll let you guys go over it. I hope everyone here will go and complete the course and give us a lot of great feedback, and also constructive feedback, which is important also.
You don't have to worry about that. We're going to get tons of constructive.
Sure. I'm looking forward.
Our community, the most constructive. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So here you can see we have GIFs, and and then you have to open all of the components and read everything about the different components that we take into consideration when we edit the map, road types and lanes and turns. And then sometimes along the training, there is a question. Okay, sometimes we stop the training and we ask a question to make sure the new editors, they understood everything that they learned so far. Just submitted. It will probably be incorrect, but I'm sure everyone will get it. And that's about it. After you finish the first unit, you can go to the next one. And let me start the next one just to show you. The next one is giving you an overview of the Waze map editor, and we have a really nice video here showing all of the different components, giving you like a walkthrough, general walkthrough of the WME and the basic actions you can take and basic components. And just to make it easier, as Sharon said, just to make it less overwhelming at the beginning, just to be familiarize yourself with it. Okay, and then after that, there is a video on how to log in. We know it's a pain point for a lot of new editors, so there's a special video showing the 3 ways of logging into the WME. And after that, you'll ask a series of questions, and so on and so on. So there's a lot of interactivity, a lot of small chunks, a lot of engaging as part of this whole thought process of how to make this knowledge be easy to access, be fun and engaging, and that something that people can learn from at the end. And after that, we start editing, where we give you a task, hands-on task.
Let me stop you for just 1 second, because I got a couple of questions here in the chat before we move on. Back to the registration process, why is it necessary to give the workplace and its email address separately from just their Gmail login?
It's just something that the platform demands, that your progress can be tracked, that you will be able to log in and to resume all the work that you did, all the learnings that you did.
I think those are also optional fields anyways, so it might just be like legacy there in the platform. The next question I got here from John is, are we going to be surfacing links to the Academy in the WME and in Waze Discuss and Wazepedia itself, or is it only going to be through searching on Google search?
No, for sure. We encourage you to spread the word about it, and we'll post about it. I think there was already an email sent and post in Discuss, and Ruben here will talk about other ways where you can get into the Academy. So yeah, we want to spread the word. We want as much as new editors to do it, to interact with it.
Well,
And maybe just to add here, so we have both promotional emails coming for new editors. So once you got into the WME and you are at your third or fourth edit, you will get an automated email inviting you to come to the e-learning platform and start learning.
Amazing. So I think I can like echo the community sentiment that just from what we've seen so far, it really looks amazing. And I think it's going to make our community members mentoring of new editors so much easier as well.
For sure, and this is a very important point, because I guess, I'm not sure, I guess that all of the people watching here, they're not beginners. Maybe most of the people are already experienced, but I think it's a great tool to help your mentees start their first steps in the platform. It's an online on-demand platform where they can do it on their own time, so you can just send them to do it and check up on them, help them if they need, because the next unit after the overview, they will have a task. We'll send them into practice mode. They'll have to draw their first segment, and then you as mentors can check their work to see if they did it properly. So we're already in the beginning, we want to send them to do tasks in practice mode on the WME. And the last unit before the assessment is basically explaining about the community and what levels are, what is the community, how amazing is it, and why it's so amazing and it's so great to be part of it. So it also can give new editors the motivation to be part of the community. So check it out. And the last two parts, as Sharon said, we have 11 multiple choice questions to test your knowledge. You get a grade, you have to pass a certain grade, and you have 3 attempts to do it. Don't worry, it's not so difficult. It's manageable, it's okay. And then please fill out the survey after you complete the training. Please let your mentees know that we would like to get as much feedback as you can get, because we can improve our content, we can make it better. And that's it. The last thing I want to say before signing off and give you a small teaser for our next project is to say that this is a general training aimed to give like basic knowledge, general knowledge on how to do basic stuff on the WME. It doesn't replace local guidelines. It's still important to give the local guidelines of your local community and to teach the guidelines to your new mentees, but I think it can be a great start that can save a lot of time and effort for a lot of mentors. Okay, so before we sign off, I just want to give you a short teaser from our next project, the Advanced series. It's a teaser from a video we're working on for junction boxes. It's an 8-minute long video of everything that lies inside of Gil's brain. We downloaded Gil's brain and compressed it into an 8-minute long video that talks about junction boxes. And I want to give you a world premiere, a teaser for this video.
Hi, and welcome. In this video, we'll talk about junction boxes and discuss the routing challenges they can solve. Happy editing.
Awesome. Ben and Sharon, thank you both so much. Yeah, John, you can't hear Dahlia because that was a teaser. So you got to wait till the videos premiere to hear the whole thing.
Stay tuned.
Awesome. This was really fantastic. We'll see you guys back for Q&A in just a bit. And now let's move things right along to Ruben.
Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here. As Brett said, I guess most of you know me. I'm Ruben from the communities team. Thank you, Sharon and Ben, for presenting the amazing Waze Academy. Connected to that, we know how much knowledge it's important for the new and experienced editor. And that's why we want to make this knowledge available inside WME for everyone. And we're going to see how with the Waze editing guides. So let's take a step back and take a look at the problem new editors face when they just land in WME and succeed to log in. First-time editors who successfully log into WME don't always succeed in completing their first edit. I guess you know that. A lot of them, they just drop on the way. We know that WME can be quite complex. It's not an easy tool. And we know that new editors don't always succeed to find the knowledge they need to complete the first edit. Not everyone knows that the map is maintained by you, the amazing community, and they can reach out to you asking questions, support, or just reach out to local community to edit the map for them. User who arrives to WME through a user report, as we spoke about it, response email are really lost. They just click on the link from the email. I don't really know how to help the community providing more information so that you can actually solve the issues for them. So what's going to be the solution to address all these pain points for our first-time editors? So we do want to help them easily access knowledge while editing the map with bite-sized instruction, GIFs, videos, and easy to follow step by step. We want to connect the new editors to available resources and, of course, connect them with you, the community maintaining the map. We want to guide new editors arriving from URs and explain them how they can actually provide you with more details and information and fix their issue themselves if they would like, maybe suggest an edit. So now that we spoke a bit about the problem and now we're planning to address this, that's actually how the solution will look like. We're planning to add a brand new panel that will make the resources to support new editors easily accessible from inside the WME to address the question from John. We are adding a new entry point in the top bar. You can see the graduation hat that's going to be always available to editors so you can access it. We're also going to add an option to drag the panel around, resize it, and collapse it. So it's going to be easy to move it around and edit the map at the same time. So as shown before, the panel will be draggable and resizable, and you can collapse it because we know how important it is for the map space, and we want to give the full control from the editor to move the panel around, focus on the edit suggestion, and actually start editing the map while reading the instructions. Just to explain you a bit, for example, you can see from the first image on the left where the panel has been dragged all the way to the left because maybe your editing area is going to be more on the right. The middle image is going to show you when the panel is minimized, is like minimal size. And the right is the default location. It's going to be open by default from your top, like from the right. But still, as said, you can move it, resize what's worked best for you and edit the map at the same time. So let's see, for example, how a small flow will look like in the WME for, let's say I'm a business owner and I want to add my Waze venue inside the Waze map editor. Let's say I open the Waze editing guides. I will click on adding a missing place or road. Then I'll get to the mid-level menu where I can choose to add a missing road or a missing place. I will click on add a missing place. And then I will get both a video that I can play inside the WME. While looking the video, I can start editing the map, or maybe I want to add it and expand it in a new tab in YouTube. So maybe I want to look at all of it and then get back to it in the editor. Or maybe I just can like see all the 4 steps before saving it, opening one by one, and then start to edit the map. What we said before, that it's really important to us to make sure that the editors, specifically new one, to make sure that new editor is aware of the amazing community, that you are the one maintaining the map, and that they can always reach out for any help, and of course, to discover all the existing resources out there. So also here, connecting to the question was asked before, you can see that we have a dedicated Ask Other Wazers section where you have all the existing resources. You can see here already we are showing in the design the Waze Academy. From here, a new editor will be able to access the Waze Academy and take the course. And also, of course, you will reach the Wazeopedia, for example, reading articles that you have been like publishing since a long time, and a lot of information are there already. Or for example, after I succeed to finish my first edit, I can access this section and maybe request a mentor. I enjoyed editing the map, I succeed to add my business, and then I just want to like reach out to a mentor and start editing like on the next level.
Hey, Ruben, I got a question from the chat. Is there going to be a sandbox available to simulate the change?
I'm
I
not
guess
sure.
in practice mode. That's what I would imagine.
Yeah, we're planning, like, it's not planned out of the box to be supported in practice mode. We're like thinking about it, but although this is like the audience most like first time editors, like the content will be available for everyone. So I'm not sure we can sandbox the actual edit, but the content is going to be available and like readable by everyone. I hope it like answer the question. If not, I think we can like expand it in the at the end. So I want to just take a step back because we spoke a lot about it, that for a lot of users come into WME by clicking on the email they get after reporting in the app. And sometimes like they kind of like get lost. They really don't know what to do. They don't understand what is a UR. So we really want to help them and like kind of guide them through this process. We want to explain them through this 3-step tooltip that you see here. What is a UR? Explaining them that actually a map problem they open themselves while driving. They report an issue in the app. Then, of course, the most important thing, we want to like point them to the comment area where they can add information that it will help you actually understand, debug the issues, and fix it. Because we know how common is the problem of a lot of people reporting issues, but then never answering your like request for more information. And of course, the last step is really to pointing them to the Waze editing guide, saying, like, you reported an issue, but know that you can actually fix the map yourself. We know that some of the things probably they can do it themselves. Some of the things they can use the new amazing feature, suggest and edit. So they will be able to suggest and edit, and then the community will be able to improve, like, to accept it and like edit the map for them. So now that we saw how this look like a bit and like a snapshot of how it will be in the WME, the current status, we're currently finalizing the design and we plan to start development in mid-November. And as you saw, a lot of the content in this first phase is really like focused on the first-time editors. But the long-term vision is to really leverage this new component, this new or like space that we add in the WME to show relevant knowledge based on the editor's level. So think about like you are level 2 or level 3, you are starting, like to get experience in the first steps in WME, and you're, I don't know, maybe you want to learn how to add a junction box, or maybe you want to learn how to map lane guidance. So based on your rank, you will be able to see the content relevant for you, and then slowly like step up your game in WME and rank up inside WME. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ruben. So now I'd like to welcome all of our guests back, and we're going to go dive right into our Q&A. I do see we've got several questions queued up. So Nir, why don't you throw us our first question? All right, from Giannis. How can we share feedback about specific elements of the course? Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, thank you, Yanis, for the question.
Sharon, there we go. Everyone get in frame. See, this is what happens when I'm on the road. I can't grab you and pull you on camera. Okay, a little bit more. There we go.
Oh, it's better now. Thank you, Yanis, for the question. So by the end of every course, you're going to have a post-running survey. At this survey, you can add all of your feedback. There is an open-ended question of sharing your feedback, and we're inviting you there to share your feedback. So it's not necessarily connected to the specific element, but if you'll specify in the text, we'll review it and be sure to put an emphasis and take out your feedback. So thank you for the question.
As always, you can also send it to your community manager as well. We're happy to carry it right over to the team. In fact, they sit right around the corner from us in the office, so it's a really easy commute to get them your feedback. Yeah. All right, next question. Another from Giannis. We all know how often WME layout and functionality gets updated. Can you please explain how will the training material be kept up to date in the future? Okay, that's a really great question. So we have a maintenance process set up in place. In our maintenance process, every 2 weeks, we are looking at 2 resources, internal resources, that are referring to changes in the WME. And then the team who's responsible for checking those updates they know very well the course, so they will need to figure out if this
change is going to impact something that is in the content of one of the courses that we have. And if so, they're going to trigger the entire maintenance process on how we're going to update it in our course. I will say that, maybe from time to time we miss something. So if you spot anything, you're very welcome to trigger us to let us know, and that we will maintain the course and make the changes.
Amazing
So,
to hear. Ruben, is it the same for the educational landing in WME as well?
Yeah, the idea is really that we'll have like a kind of like a flexible platform, so will allow us to update easily the content. Even now, like we're timing the rolling out really that's going to be like waiting for specific component of WME to be rolled out to production, so we can actually build the screens, the videos, the GIFs to be really most up to date. And then of course after that we're going to have like the same flow. We're going to request for like a maintenance of the knowledge. And the idea is that we don't need, for example, like a WME release to update the content, so it's going to be kind of independent. So the idea is like, yeah, we thought about it. Of course, as Sharon said, we might miss sometimes. It can take some time, but the idea that the platform is going to be flexible enough to allow us to update easily the content.
Awesome. And Ruben, just move in towards Ben just a little bit because I can only see half your head. And I know it showed you to move. There we go. Perfect. Next question. All right, anonymous. Different regions have evolved different conventions. Like, for example, what qualifies for a permanent hazard and what doesn't, what qualifies as a parking lot and what doesn't, how the tutorials respect these different regional differences.
So yeah, as I said before, we are trying to make it as general as possible, because obviously we can create a training for each local community. And we also want to respect those guidelines. So we try to make it as general as possible, as fits all sizes, if you will. And then for local guidelines, I guess you have to refer new editors to the Wazeopedia, which has, as you know, a dedicated page for each community. So yes, we're really trying to separate these two to make a global, if you will, global guidelines or global or like technical how-tos. I guess for each community, you create a segment technically the same way, but each community has their own guidelines or how to, where and how to, and how to put it, or their guidelines. So we're trying to separate the two, because we cannot, as I said, we cannot create a specific training for each community.
Exactly. And I think that pairs really well too with the mentorship here, because like our job from the staff perspective is to teach you how to use the tool. And then the mentor's job is to teach the mentee how to implement it in that country. Great. Next question. From Mikael. Oh, we just answered this. Let's move on to another one. And localization from DoItGT. Sorry, I butchered that username. That's okay. I reported this in the localization group, but it has not been corrected. I believe that local champs are the highest level members, closest to editors of all levels, and I consider it as an affront to them to ignore it in this way. Indeed, I saw it also posted in a different question. It says only global champs in the course, so maybe we should change it to just Waze champs, so we can include global and local as both, because we're really just talking about champs as the top level there.
Awesome. Brett, you will take it with us.
I will take it with you, not a problem. Cool. Nir, next question. Another from Giannis. Is there a plan to link the training profiles to the user's Waze account and then skip the extra registration? So I can say that this probably isn't going to be possible in the near period, because your Waze account and your Google account are still two separate entities unless you've linked them. So the training platform is a Google product. It's not a Waze product. So it's on different infrastructure. Did you guys have anything else to add to that? Maybe some plans for the future? Or, I mean, I know there aren't, because we can't. I
just want to say, Brett, you're absolutely right. We're working with e-learning platform that it related to Alphabet. So all of Google companies are using it. So that's why also the question in the profile that are maybe not that relevant to Waze, but it's a predefined thing that we need to work with. I will say that in every assessment that you take, we ask you, if you want, to share your Waze account. So maybe in the future we can connect these two and just better understand how we're going to deal with that information.
Definitely. And it's such a bigger question than just the education platform. It really affects every piece of Waze. So it's something we're going to have to table for now. All right, Nir, next question. From Bryce. So we answered this one. Oh, wait. So yeah, so we're not going to be able to have any sort of local lessons. That's, again, your job as the mentor to teach them how to use the tool in your country. Next up, from Mika. So how long do you think it will take before other language versions other than the top 3 will become available?
Okay, so honestly, I am not sure because this is the first time we're doing it. I will say that there are 10 languages that are done translation already, thanks to all of you. And we are now working on creating them one by one. So it means that we are creating every course per translated language, and we will probably launch them all together, just to make things easier when in terms of launching. I hope it will be in the next few months. Honestly, now you're making me reconsider of maybe launching them one by one. So we'll keep you posted. But thank you for that question.
Great. Next up, another from Bryce. Any update on suggest and edit next phases, like editors being able to request speed cameras? So we're not talking about suggest and edit in this session, unless Ruben wants to.
It's still one of our top focus. Like the Eng team, it's still working on it. Till the end of the year, it's going to be with us also next year. Really, that's the vision, that eventually you will be able to, no matter your rank, you will be able to suggest any entity on the map so that the higher rank of communities can review them and approve them as it's an edit. So definitely still in the focus. They're still working on it right now as we speak, and we're going to be a focus also in 2025. Not sure about timeline. Things can change, but it's still a focus, and we'll see slowly more entities being supported by the feature.
And since Bryce brought it up, I was thinking when both of you were presenting, actually, how well both the Academy courses and the educational landing pair with suggest and edit. So you have a new editor, they're coming in, they're suggesting an edit because it's level locked out for them. Maybe they got it wrong or they don't quite understand the feature. They're going to get a pop-up, or they can take an Academy course to more deeply understand how to use the tool. So I think all these new features we're coming out with really complement each other, and it's really cool to see all that come together. All right. Oh, wait, Maya put also sneak peek from, oh, wait, that's Brendan. Sneak peek from Maya. Next phase for suggestion edit is suggestions on turns and house numbers. All right, cool. Thank you, Maya. Cool. Nir, next question. From Steven. Is there any limit for how often a course can be reviewed?
Nope. You can take it as many times as you want. The only thing is that the assessment, once you completed it and passed it, then it's one time. You can always come back and see the question, what was right or wrong. But yeah, you can come back to the course as many times as you'd like.
There's one from the chat here. I don't know that we covered it before, but are there any plans to link the course to unlock features? No, it's just for their knowledge, because really suggest and edit is there, so we don't need to worry about the unlocks anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Great.
At this, yes.
Cool. Next question from Maria Yole. Do you foresee any form of training to update those who return to editing after a long time? Like a refresher course, like if someone, hasn't been active for a couple of years.
Not at the moment, but I think it's a great idea. I think it's if there's a need that comes from the community, we'll definitely consider that. yeah, I think it's a great
And
idea.
also think that the basic will stay the basics, but like over time, probably for each new feature, we do plan to have kind of like academy courses or like training videos. So for sure,
Yeah.
over the time that this person is not going to be here, maybe we'll launch new feature. So I think you can definitely will have those training and share them with specific feature. I don't know, like maybe he left now and like once he came back, permanent taser is live or the new camera type. So like can be easily shared.
Yeah, it can be more like a learning bite, like a small chunk of knowledge delivered specifically for a subject or a feature.
So like if we want to get really smart, we can take Jay's suggestion here of like maybe since you last logged into Waze, here are the new features. I know that that's something that would probably take a much smarter user tracking than we currently have, but that's a really cool idea, Jay. Cool. Next question. From Ty, it will be great if we can link the certificate to the Waze editor profile. As I do from McLaren, that in India, some level 2 and level 3 can access senior tools such as junction boxes and road closures if they have the pass of some kind of training or a mentor with that tool. So are users going to be getting like a badge that they can feature like in the forum and their profile? Like how is that all going to work?
Okay, that's an awesome question. So first, all of your certification is going to be on your profile in the Enablement platform, in the e-learning platform. And yes, we are planning to figure out how we can feature a badge within your Waze within your Waze profile. But this is still under progress. But we do think about it. So
that
thank you.
is music to our community's ears.
If I can add, Brett, I think the question was more like, let's say you finish a course, so automatically you can get permission in WME to the junction boxes. So it's not going to be out of the box, but we're starting to think about, like now that we have all this like knowledge out there, I'm thinking how to make easier for people to contribute once we know that, for example, they went through mentorship, they are well known by the community, they finished the Waze Academy. So it's not going to be like tomorrow, but we're starting to think about like how can we make easier for like editors that actually went through, like education and mentorship to contribute to the map, or those like elements that sometimes are locked to higher rank.
I think it also makes it a lot easier too for coordinators to make these level up decisions. Like they're going to be able to check someone like, oh, you've earned this badge, this badge, this badge, completed these courses. So it's more of a static method of looking that they are qualified rather than just, the word from their mentor. So it's I think it's going to make sense.
And also I would add that a lot of those features like mentioned here, like they have a standalone lock rank. So, always coordinators can, if let's say all the level 3 editors in your country like finalize the Waze Academy or the advanced like courses for the junction box, you can feel safe maybe to lower the rank in your country to a lower level. You can always reach out to your community manager. We can easily like lower the rank for specific things like lanes, junction boxes, and stuff like this. So like maybe you will feel safer and to unlock a bit the map.
I also want to bring up what Silvio wrote here because it's come up a few different times that just because someone finishes a course doesn't mean they know what to do. And exactly, this is a tool for the coordinator to continue making the same sort of decisions that you were before on giving users permissions. It's just another tool now in your toolbox to be able to show that like this person did complete a course, so they should have a basic understanding. It's up to their mentor to prove to their mentor that they actually know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think I want to just reassure Silvio, we know that the courses, even if it's advanced, the basic in one, like give you the full tools to map now all the world. We know how hard it can be for some specific cases, some specific junctions, some specific like lane guidance. So of course you are not an expert after the course, but you can, as they explained like a few times, like it will give you the basic tools to deep dive together with the community, together with the mentor, to really like start to going deeper, understand better like how to map specific cases.
Absolutely. Cool. Next question. Another from Bryce. Will the community leadership be alerted when one finishes an academy session?
Nothing that we thought of yet, but happy to hear the feedback and talk with community managers and to see if it's data that is important and we can extract the data. So we can
Yeah,
take
and
it.
like I was mentioning before, I think this is just like another addition to the editor's resume. That it's part of a much bigger picture, and now we just have something that's a little more well thought out, and also from staff to teach you how the tool actually works, rather than you trying to guess, because that's how it worked before. Cool. Next question. That's it? Are we out of questions? All righty. Well then, we still have 6 minutes to spare. Any final thoughts from our guests?
From us or from the community?
From the three of you.
Yeah, I think it's it's gonna be amazing and super interesting 2025. We so really like we know that it's a pain point for a lot of us to there's a lot of knowledge shared from, as they said, like a PM, maybe a developer, some in the community. So I think now it's gonna be really cool to see all this knowledge come in one place, easily accessible and shareable. I think it's gonna be an amazing tool for the communities and for the coordinator to share in their community, so that really we can see a lot of editor really better understanding the tools, better mapping, and I think it's gonna be super interesting to see how it folds out.
Amazing. Well, Sharon, Ben, Ruben, thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to be back next month on November 24th to give you a sneak peek at what's all the changes happening with Waze events. So make sure you tune in for that. Otherwise, I will see you on the road if you're going to the meetups in Chicago, San Antonio, or Fort Lauderdale, or our 2025 NA Mega Meetup that's happening in Austin, Texas. Registration is open if you want to sign up for that. Otherwise, we'll hopefully see all of you again next month, and happy editing. Bye, everybody.